Guys, major breaking. The story they fed you doesn't add up. They had you staring at the wrong roof while the real operation was going down somewhere else. And just like every deep state hit in history, they wrapped it all up with a patsy. Think Oswald, think Sirhan. Man, they love a lone gunman fairy tale. Tonight, I'm going to be showing you what they don't want public, the footage, the inconsistencies, the badge man, the rifle, the so-called miracle bullet that physics says that it shouldn't exist. All right? Now, let me show you the wrong roof. The wrong roof. They had you staring at the one that Tyler Robinson was on, man. Okay? It's crazy. It's crazy. We're going to get into it. Let me just show you a clip. We're going to talk about it in a second. Don't worry. But before we do that, let's look at the rival, okay? Let's start off with the suspect, Tyler Robinson. This is the guy the U.S. government tells you to believe is the one who shot Charlie Kirk, okay? Not true. Check this out. Let's roll the footage. Okay? Arriving hours before, he's wearing shorts, backpack, same t-shirt that he changed into to be a disguise. Look at this, okay, from the back. Where's the Mauser? Where the hell is the rifle? You're not carrying a Mauser 30-06 in a damn JanSport. That rifle's 4 foot long. You'd notice. But in every frame, there's no rifle. That's his car. There's no rifle. Look again. Shorts. Oh, he hid in his pants. Dude showed up in shorts. I'm going to tell you what I really believe in a moment. There's no rifle there. Okay? But then, remember the Bigfoot picture they sent you? Robinson fleeing after the shot. Look at his hands. Empty. No rifle. No rifle case. No sling. You can't tell me there's anything in his hands. I don't believe it. So let me ask you, where did the supposed murder weapon come from? And where did it go? Because we never see it in or out. That's not just sloppy. That's intentional misdirection. Okay? Again, guys, he showed up in the backpack with the backpack on. Not to mention later on in the night, he's wearing this get up here, which is essentially the same shirt and just wearing jeans. You can't tell me this man ever had a rifle. I don't believe Tyler Robinson was ever in custody of the rifle. This said rifle. Not possible. Okay? Now, speaking of the rifle, suddenly, it's not an AR, it's not a modern bolt gun, but apparently a World War I era Mauser. Oh, well, just how lucky he is. That gun that killed Charlie Kirk may have been untraceable. Convenient. A rifle older than your damn granddad with no paper trail that just so happens to tie the case in a neat bow. That's not an accident. That's what intelligence services call a throwdown weapon. Something they can pin on a patsy. While the real gun that was used disappears in the Black Ops storage cabinet. Look again. No. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. Gun untraceable. Now, here's where things really get spicy. There's video surface on the adjacent roof. Okay, not the one that they fed you. I'm going to show you a map too, okay? This is 20 minutes before the shot. Here, I'll pull myself back. Hold on, let me pull myself back down. Let me start over. Let me pull it back. This is 20 minutes before the shot, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? One figure on the adjacent roof. Ask yourself, why is there multiple unknown individuals crawling around over rooftops at the UVU that day? Look, there it is there. It's moving, so it's not some kind of fixed like air duct or something. The thing is, the shadow, the figure is moving. The head pops up. Why do we have multiple? This was at 12:06, I believe. And you're going to see this is the Woodbury building. As you've seen, I think it showed it here already one time. It's the Woodbury building, okay? Anyway, if we look on the map where the Woodbury building is, so over there by the, if you see the Cub Bop marker, that is where Tyler Robinson was supposed to be. This other figure was on the Woodbury building right here, facing the left side if you're facing Charlie Kirk. Okay. Where we believe the impact happened from. Here's another image here you can see here. So if you're facing right there in the center where you see the foundation courtyard where Charlie Kirk was, the Cub Pop or Uvu food court is about where Tyler Robinson was. And this unknown shadowy figure is over there at the Woodbury business building on the map. So why do we have all these people crawling around on the roofs of Uvu that day? Make it make sense. You think one 21-year-old college kid just coordinated all that? He had decoys in the crowd to say, hey, go tell them that you did it. But then we got this. We've got what I'm deeming the badge man. This guy in the crowd here, look at him. He's got a badge on, and he puts it in his pocket, right? Tries to hide it, rips it off real quick, tries to hide it. If you're law enforcement, why strip your badge off like a thief? If you're not law enforcement, why are you wearing a badge at a political assassination scene? Either way, this is shady as hell. Shady as hell, ladies and gentlemen. And you see him like smirking. Odd, huh? And he's shaking his head. He didn't want to get captured on footage. So was he someone, black ops, deep state, I don't know, a cop? I mean, not like you can trust the DOJ these days. It's crazy. But beyond that, let me see. So what we have next, so buckle up for this one. Buckle up, because this is where the story enters clown world. We're told Charlie Kirk took a 30-06 round to the throat, a cartridge that drops elk, moose, even punches through half-inch steel at 100 yards. But here's the official story. No exit wound. Bullet just stopped under the skin. Now, this is coming from one of Kirk's close team members. He's going through, talking about, he talked to the surgeon, right? Basically, something that would have took down a moose or an elk, but apparently it didn't go through Charlie Kirk. His body stopped it. They literally said, man of steel. This is Andrew Colvet's post. Absolutely should have gone through high-powered, high-velocity round. Always goes through everything. Then miracle spin. Charlie was like a man of steel, he says. His bones so dense it stopped the bullet. It's a miracle, they said. Give me a break. You can strangle the life out of somebody with your bare hands. The neck is soft tissue and fragile bone. And we're supposed to believe Kirk's neck turned into level 4 ceramic plate and halted at 2,500 foot per second round cold. That's not a miracle. That is cover story fabrication. It's crazy, man. It doesn't make sense. And let me back up. The rifle's untraceable. Where's the ballistics highlight? Okay. Why have we not got any of that? We have, meanwhile, Kash Patel's trying to soothe the crowd. He's saying, man, we're investigating every angle, every theory, and every possibility, right? You can trust Kash. This is some of his posts here. You can trust the man Kash Patel, right? Let me put up the other one here. This is how it starts, man. As the director of the FBI, he loves saying that. We're investigating every angle, every theory, every possibility. We can't release all details right now. Translation, it means stall. Buy time to memory hold evidence. They'll come out with something else new next week, and you'll forget about this. You'll forget about it. You'll be on to the new thing. It'll be another Sydney Sweeney advertisement that pissed off the liberals and cheering, or something about Cracker Barrel or some other dumb restaurant. That's how easy the American public is just swayed like the wind, man. He says, we cannot release every piece of info. We will answer every question in due time. No, you won't. Epstein was a hoax. No victims. Classic op. Promise transparency while keeping the public on the leash. Okay? And it's just odd, man. We have the funeral today, Charlie Kirk's funeral, right? Laid to rest, and Donald Trump is up at the podium. He starts talking about autism and vaccines. Look.
The biggest announcement, really medically, I think, in the history of our country. We're going to be doing it with Bobby and Oz and all of the professionals. I think you're going to find it to be amazing. I think we found an answer to autism. How about that? Autism. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking in the Oval Office in the White House about autism, how it happens, so we won't let it happen anymore, and how to get at least somewhat better when you have it, so that parents can help their child, their beautiful child. That's a big one. I've been bugging everybody over there, get the answer to that. 20 years ago, 1 in 10,000 were born with autism. 20 years ago. The most recent survey says 1 in 12. How bad is that? That's for young boys, baby boys, but also girls a little bit better. It's about 1 in 20, but we can't.
Guys, come on, man. Really, ask yourself, why pivot off the message at the funeral? Why muddy the narrative? Why talk about this at a man's funeral? Like, really? I don't understand. Why muddy the narrative? Maybe because distraction is part of the play, man. We're going to drop a bomb tomorrow. Be ready, guys. Get ready to forget about the Charlie Kirk thing. We're going to talk about who caused autism. We're going to drop it all. Bombshell. It'll be everybody tweeting about it. The Bennies, the Officer Tatums, they'll be all talking about this tomorrow. This will be, forget about Charlie Kirk. We did our thing. We gave him his funeral, and move on. Shift the spotlight, move the crowd, bury the op beneath side chatter. Okay. And finally, let's talk back. Let's get back to Tyler Robinson. We got body cam footage. You've probably seen this from 2022. He's in a fender bender. Guess what he calls his car? He calls it a car, not a vehicle. Like in the text messages, right? Remember the text message I showed the other day in the video? And if you're not watching all my videos, you should be. Because you're going to miss some things. You're going to miss things. We don't miss anything here at Black Scout Survival. Okay? You need to be watching every video. The other day I showed the text message. It sounded like a 60-year-old boomer that was saying this. No 22-year-old kids talking like this. My vehicle, this and that. And then I saw this hilarious post from this guy. Basically, I'm going to show it.
can't believe I just did that. I should probably get the heck out.
For some reason, it's not wanting to let me play this clip. It's odd when this happens. So weird, guys. This happens quite often. You know, it's whenever I want to show compelling things, and this kind of stuff happens. It makes me believe the deep state is after what we're saying. We're speaking too much truth. Let's try again. Let's try again.
Oh, God. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. I should probably get the heck out of.
Wow. Weird. Anyway, he says, I should probably get the heck out of Dodge. He said, no, let me stop and text my trans lover. and so on. It's funny. Sorry. They didn't want me to show it. But anyway, in the text messages back and forth with the trans boyfriend, it says vehicle. Nobody says vehicle.
Which lane you were in? I was in one of those two lanes going this way. I think in the right, in the rightmost lane coming this way. Okay. And he would have been there going left. And as I was coming through, he turned in and I T-boned into the sidewalk. Okay. Do you remember looking at the light? Yeah, it just turned yellow as I was getting into the intersection. Gotcha. Your mom's on her way? Yeah, she's gonna be a minute. She's got to shuttle over from where she's at to her car and then drive over. Gotcha. Okay, what I need you to do is just fill out this witness statement for me. This is just your identifying information. Down here, put exactly.
He said his car. You may say, why does that matter, man? Because leak fed style texts that supposedly incriminate him use the same phrases and saying vehicle and so on, not car. But the other thing is that the text thread basically stated out everything. And that's one thing the funny video I was going to show you said, is that it stated out, let me tell him everything I did, my trans boyfriend, everything I did. And who does that? Right? He's got a 4.0 GPA. I think the guy says that. I've got a 4.0 GPA. And I don't ever believe that the FBI would be able to get my text messages. Right? It's ridiculous for us to believe that, right? So the text message that incriminates him, right? So you're talking about a kid that has a 4.0 GPA, smart, clean. Then suddenly he's the perfect long nut. He's pleading not guilty, by the way. And honestly, I don't think he ever pulled the trigger. I don't think he had a rifle. He looks more like a guy who got slipped some cash, told to be on a roof at a certain time, and then panicked when he heard the shot ring. A patsy, exactly like Oswald. Oswald was probably told to be at a certain place at a certain time, and he saw the shot and probably tried to get away. He probably realized in that moment I got set up. That's what I think probably happened to Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson probably thought that. I never saw a rifle. It was only found in the woods. Let me break down the rifle, put it back together, break down the rifle, put it back together with no tools. It just doesn't make any sense. And the fact is they're trying to go ahead and do the funeral and just kind of show it on through. You'll see another distraction this week. Don't worry. They're going to shut this story down. They're probably already throttling it. They're already throttling the videos about it. So you're going to see this message throttle, man. We see a shooter shot without a rifle and flees without a rifle. Okay. They blame it on a untraceable World War I Mauser. We have multiple people on rooftops. We have Badge Man in the crowd that rips off his ID. A surgeon admitting the wound physics don't add up. FBI stalls with vague promises. And then the Trump funeral speech derails the focus. Patsy gets served up on a silver platter, man. Do you see the pattern yet? This is how they run political hit in America. Distract, confuse, control the narrative. Same thing with JFK. Same thing with Thomas Crooks. Hadn't heard anything about that guy. He's a ghost. Nobody's even asking questions. People at home aren't even asking questions anymore. They don't care. Now it's on you. I want to hear your theory in the comments below. Was Tyler Robinson even the shooter or just a patsy? I'll pin the sharpest one. And while you're here, make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe. grab our new Here I Am, Send Me tee, man. This is Vietnam style, marching through the rice paddies. If you don't know what Here I Am, Send Me is, it's one, a Bible verse, but number two, it is something we say in the military a lot. Here I Am, Send Me in vintage style. It's dope. We've already sold through half of them because I put them on the site this morning, I believe. So make sure you grab one. They're amazing. Our shirts we always use high quality. We got the hem tag hit at the bottom. Also, go pick them up, guys. Link will be in the description. And I need to know your thoughts on this, man. Stay frosty, stay strapped, stay dangerous. Black Scout out.
Yeah.